big long introduction. It's just Steve. Learn awesome. And yeah, enjoy the presentation.
I have to set up. Folks. I'm so sorry. How good. Give it up for HR, hey? Show me some life. All right. But there's I'm doing this talk different to how I usually do it, so I have to set the scene, and my friends and amazing experts at Learn Awesome are behind me, or behind us, doing amazing things. I'm sharing now AV Legends, so is that cool? Please hold. If only we had Starlink or... Hey Siri. Oh, actually, no, that'll activate Siri. DJ, play some beats. Let's just get some songs going. Not Sandstorm yet. No. Just something cool. Just something cool for the peeps while we're getting the prezzo going. What do you need?
I need it to be mirroring.
Okay, there you go.
It's made
There you go.
now.
Yeah, that's nice. Look at that. Hey, has anyone got... Don't look at my desktop. Oh, that's on there. I can see it. Whew. You got to see all... Does anyone save to desktop? That's me. Who uses lots of tabs on their computer? That's me. I went to the Apple store and I'm like, hey, I want the fastest Mac you've got. And they're like, why? Are you a video editor? I'm like, oh, yes. Fulfillment. I get recognized as a creative. But no, I just want to have 100 tabs open simultaneously and the computer not to do the spinning wheel of death. All right. Folks, meet Jimmy. Jimmy is a legend. And he's a promising, aspiring PM. He's going to be something one day. Just like this thing. Do I have to plug it in, boys? That's a no good. Let me keep talking about my Mac adventures. But hey, this is the thing, HR, people and culture, it's a bit like technology. Some days it works, some days it doesn't. Other days, people are difficult, and other days people are lovely, right? But that's okay. Hey, how good's Learn Awesome look over there? I'm so happy. Give it up for the Learn Awesome booth over there. Hey, they're kicking goals. And our partners are here as well. So we'll talk about that in a sec. But I really want it to be about Jimmy. Now, fun fact, if you like the artwork in this prezzo, this is straight out of PowerPoint. So PowerPoint have a whole bunch of custom characters like this, and you can build Jimmy if you want. Just so you know, because I'm all about teaching people how to fish. So I'm teaching you how to fish right now. All good?
Apparently not so.
Do you want me to just drive it off that? I'm super happy to just keep coming back to the computer if I need to.
Give it a try.
There we go. Hey, give it up for technology. Without the AV, we would be nothing. Much like HR, without HR, we're nothing. And as an L&D practitioner, without HR, we don't even have a function that exists because we've got no one to live under. Anyway, meet Jimmy. He's a legend, as we know. He is smart. Jimmy is capable. Jimmy is talented. He is the future. In 3 years, we have a succession plan for him. He is going to run the entire PMO. We love you, Jimmy. But Jimmy gets flustered, and I'm thinking of if you're a Seinfeld fan, Jimmy. Jimmy gets flustered in stakeholder meetings. Jimmy struggles to receive feedback from his executive leaders. And Jimmy, unlike Steve, spends too long in the detail, making his Kanban board perfect. So what do you do for Jimmy if you're his manager or if you're his leader? This is what I would do. Jimmy MBA. Get him some letters after his name. Jimmy Black Belt Sigma, because you don't want yellow or green. Scrum Master Jimmy. Jimmy CPPM. Jimmy PMP. Prince 2 Jimmy. Man,
You forgot Agile.
Agile Jimmy. Because waterfall's so 1997, right? Let's get the PM jokes out of the way. 6 months later, we give Jimmy all the letters after the name he can eat. And there's no improvement. Hang on. What happened? Same symptoms are still there, so I know what we're going to do. I've got this great idea, and the Art of Mentoring are here. So I'm going to go to them and say, let's get Jimmy a mentor. He's got letters after his name. Let's get Jimmy a mentor, and let's rock Jimmy's world together. We'll uplift him. 3 months later, Jimmy quits. The fate of the PMO universe was there, and we lost him. Because it was never about project management, folks. That's the most important thing. It was never about project management. It was about something much deeper. Now I get to see. Utkarsh, who are you? Utkarsh is one of our amazing experts. We did TEDx together, so I'm looking at him and go, how was that intro, mate? It was captivating. It brought people in. Now I'm going to do my intro. Hey everyone, I'm Steve. I have the privilege of being the founder, and as I said to Referoo, I'm self-employed because I don't want to do the reference check on me because I wouldn't get a job. And as a result of that, I've been a learning agency operator for almost 17 years. And as a result, I really care about helping my audience, my colleagues, and even my overlords in HR and P&C build capability, learn how to fish, and just do some cool stuff themselves. Because believe it or not, any agency that says it's really hard to do what we do, it's not. You just Google it and you just go and get a couple of letters after your name and you can be a learning designer too. But if you want to do it well, then you might come to us and we can help you make it really, really cool. Who's HR here? So pure HR, pure HR. Hands high, hi. Thank you, overlords. P&C, the prettier version of HR, it's like a learning scientist versus a learning developer. P&C, are there any L&D cats here? Yes, my L&D brethren, welcome, huzzah. Is there anyone else? Anyone else? The other adjunct? Cool, nice to see you. Be kind to me. Here's what I want to show. Has anyone seen me speak before? Has anyone seen me at one of these? Cool, you know what's coming. Has anyone not? Who's not seen, has no idea? You'll know me by the end. Right, couple of things. I actually want to give you stuff to take back to your offices and your organizations to play with. So I'm going to show you some stuff, and I'm going to tell you how to do stuff, and then I'm going to give you stuff to actually use. Because again, what's the point of sitting here hearing stats if I can't give you anything to use and to actually get value? So I'm going to show you some stuff. I'm going to give you my take, and it's really important that it's my take on career development with a learning lens. Yes, it's our time to shine. But it's my opinion. So if you don't agree, after, come and have a chat to us at the booth, and let's just duke it out like adults. Or we'll go and get in the dressing gowns and squeeze the grip thing and hope that we become the strongest person at the conference. But it's my opinion. So no stats, just what I'm seeing around our universe. I'm going to go through the 3 types of development and how we've completely misread or missed the most important one. But it's not your fault because it's really hard to see. It's almost invisible. And then there's 2 conversations. There it is. I need to get closer to the receiver. There's 2 conversations that you can have, and I'm going to show you them. But then, thanks to our amazing partners who are here, we've actually built some tools that you're going to get at the end to come and play. So one is a large conversation, and the other, say that really fast, is a one-on-one. One-on-one plus, we'll give you the framework to take home. We'll give you some examples of real Learn Awesome experts. Turn around, the one with the GoPro, that's Utkarsh. There's Karen Williams, there's Tanzil Rashid, and then our newest friends from yesterday. Hey guys. We're going to hear from them and see the examples of the type of development that they're doing in careers for self-directed learning. So here it is. Here's my take. You should be laughing at that. That's funny. That's an iceberg lettuce. I'll never let go, Jimmy. I'll never let go. Here's the thing about Jimmy. What I thought about is what are the 3 areas of development? And this is my take, is that there's this thing that we see above the surface, above the waterline, which didn't really sink the Titanic. It was the stuff that was under. But technical development, things like skills, tools, and certifications, 10%. And it's usually the stuff that we solve with letters after our name, courses, workshops, trainings, all that cool stuff, yeah? Fair? What does the manager see? at this level. Low confidence in meetings, missed deadlines, struggles with tools and tech. What's Jimmy going to tell you? Very different to what's actually happening, but what Jimmy's going to tell you. Boss, I reckon I need some letters after my name. Look good on the LinkedIn profile, huh? Don't look at my LinkedIn profile. I just haven't used the system enough. More time on the tech, I'll be good. I promise. Maybe some training would help. What's actually happening? Fear of just getting it wrong, being judged. Doesn't want to be judged and being seen as incapable. And then finally, is triggered by performance anxiety. And it's not a lack of skill. So it's not project management that's the problem here. It's something much, much deeper. But that's technical development, my take. So then was the project management course the right solution for Jimmy? Probably not. So then let's put our snorkels on and head under the water. Because just under the water is where we live. And right now in the main theatre, I'm going to ask you a question about the main theatre in a second at the end. This is where we play because well-being and soft skills and personal development, time management, conflict resolution, communication skills, retention, EQ, all that sort of jazz, we train that bread and butter day and night. And we think that that's doing the job. But here's what happens. This is what we see. Time management, avoiding conflict, poor collaboration. Now, Jimmy's going to tell you, hey, boss, I'm just too busy, man. I've got those letters after my name. I got to do all this other stuff. I'm just busy. I just didn't want to rock the boat. I didn't want to cause tension. I didn't want to cause any grief. And then that meeting went fine. It's all good. But what's actually going on is that Jimmy lacks assertiveness. But why? He avoids difficult conversations due to past experiences. He doesn't feel safe. Now that's happening over in the main stage right now, psychological safety, but this is the application of it. You all know the regs. This is the application, and doesn't feel safe in the current team dynamic. So again, was the project management certification the solution for Jimmy? Probably not. And then this is the one that we don't see and we don't get deep enough because it's really deep, like it is down here. Hey, son. Where's dog? Where's Quinton the dog? I was going to propose to you, but then I remembered you're already taken. Where's Quinton the dog? I miss him. But it's right down there. And it's transformation. I'm calling it transformational development. I was having a chat with Karen because we've been trying to solve this together for the last couple of weeks. And then at about 1:30 in the morning, I'm like, yes, transformation. But then my dad, who's an intellectual property professor, he'd be like, dude, that probably already exists. You just heard it maybe 10 years ago, and then by osmosis, you think you've got a great idea, but you've actually just ripped someone off. The beautiful thing about copyright is that this is my expression of the idea, and I can protect it, which is fabulous. But you got things like limiting beliefs, trauma, mindset, imposter syndrome, emotional triggers. How on earth is a manager going to see that? So the manager sees that Jimmy's not engaged. The manager sees that Jimmy avoids confrontation and conflict and leadership opportunities. Jimmy seems capable, but Jimmy holds back. And if you watch that Seinfeld episode, Jimmy talks about himself in the first person too, or the third person. What Jimmy's going to tell you, because again, even though we're at the bottom of the iceberg, Jimmy's still going to say, boss, I'm happy where I am, man. Leadership, just not for me. And looking at these boys over here, I'm just not pretty enough, boss. I wish I was. Beautiful, beautiful lads, good-looking roosters. And it's okay, because it's my opinion, so I can't get in trouble. I'm not sure I'm ready yet. I forgot where I was. I'm not at the L&D conference, I'm at the HR one. Cut this out, edit this out, Oktash. Thank you. What's actually happening is imposter syndrome, limiting beliefs from years of self-doubt, fear of failure, and trauma from being shut down. And everything else that could have gone on in Jimmy's life under the surface that you're never going to see. So was the PM course the right direction and choice for Jimmy? It's never about project management, folks. Never. So we keep treating the symptoms, thinking that they're the cause, with surface level solutions, that stuff above the top. Courses, letters, technical training. But if we never explore what's beneath the surface, the personal and the transformational development, then we're just giving Jimmy a new spanner to put into his toolkit and get the same result. It's no good. We love you, Jimmy, but there it is. And I'm going to send you this so you can grab all this at the end, but if you want to grab a photo of my Hey, ChatGPT's latest image update, this saved my life last night. But if it was an employee, I would be at WorkSafe straight away going, you have used and abused this employee too far. No good. But thank you, ChatGPT. So what's the manager's role in this then? So it got me thinking. It's like, okay, I've got to solve this problem with learning. What's the manager's role? You're a space creator. You don't have to solve this. You don't have to have the answers as the manager. You're not a solution provider. You're a space creator. What does that mean? Well, this is what it doesn't mean. Jimmy's struggling in meetings. Get him a course. If you watch our video when I plug my computer back into our booth, because we're super lean here, we keep the environment safe, so I don't have two computers running back there. You'll see Oprah, you get a course, you get a course, you get a course, you get a course. Sarah's quiet in team huddles. I know. Let's get her a mentor and buddy her up with someone who's extroverted like Steve and completely trash Sarah's soul. Don't do that. Michael's missing deadlines. Let's jam some training down his throat. Come to Learn Awesome, we'll build it, but we'll warn you, hey, don't think you need this just yet. That's not for Mike. He doesn't need it. So your job, how cool is this artwork, by the way, is to ask better questions and then create the safety for employees to explore what's actually going on. But it requires a magical little word, and I want you to think about it. But before we do that, I've always wanted to do this. Hey, Nikki, spin me up some fat beats, dude. Everybody stand up. 1 minute of your life. Just go back to the 90s with me for a second and just live it up. I'm going to call, yeah. Give it up, HR! Woo! Thank you. Look at this. Pure HR. How good was that? That was a bit of fun, right? You know when you've always wanted to do something and then you do it, you're like, this is a mistake. That was it. I'm not going to be a DJ, but DJ Nikki, give it a round of applause for DJ Nikki. What a tough gig to come from the nightclub scene, actually be a legitimate DJ and then have to play for the corporate fat cats. Like, yeah, I could do anything. You guys will just sit there and give me nothing. Thank you, Nikki. We love you. What a great thing you're doing. So how do we make that happen? How do we create that safe space? Because now I've told you a bit of stuff. Now I've got to show you some cool stuff, right? Super important. Here we go. A Venn diagram. Because I know you cats love those, right? Everybody loves a Venn diagram. You've got to have two conversations. We've then got to do some self-directed learning. We've then got to do some coaching. And it's not necessarily in that order, but if you do the coaching first, there's a magical word that starts with T that needs to be built. What is it? Trust. If you don't have Jimmy's trust, there's no level of coaching that you can give Jimmy out of the gate that's going to get to the root cause of what's going on well below the surface. You need to have some conversations. You need to prove yourself to Jimmy that you get me. You're a space creator. And then we're going to talk about why self-directed learning, and this is my learning take on this, why that could be the knight in shining armor that could be the hero that we need but don't deserve, but we can use in this situation. So first of all, Tanzil Rashid, senior partner of the OD Hub, has given us conversation one. Now watch this and watch me ruin it because it's based on real research, not hopes and dreams like me. So Tanzil, OD Hub is OD for service, right? So if you need OD, Tanzil plugs into your business and gives you OD instant capability uplift. We like it because it's like the warm and fuzzy part of HR, OD. Then we come in and get to do the learning. But what we've created, and you get this is important, employee listening. This is built on an authoring tool called Rise. Give it up for Articulate. Crickets. Bleh. But that's my opinion. But what it is this is built on Gallup's Q12 or 12 question framework, right? And we'll get you can come and talk to Tanzil after it. But what we're doing is we're giving you 12 questions that you can put out to the whole company to get an understanding of your team's feelings around their career development. Now, what we didn't do is we didn't build it on a tool that's going to force you to use something that you don't own. So we've just given you the questions, we've given you the why behind the questions, we've then given you what it means to interpret and the actions that you need to take. But all you have to do with this resource is copyright doesn't exist in this talk. Control-C, Control-V, put it into Qualtrics, put it into Power BI, put it into a bloody Google form, I don't care. But now you've got the ability to have conversation number one. So there's a QR code at the end that you can grab that or come and have a chat to Tanzil at the end. But that's going to be really helpful for you to start the trust process. but it is company-wide. It's going to open the door for the next conversation, which is built by us. So I get a chance to flex our muscles. Now, when I say I met the Adobe peeps today. I'm like, haha, I'm a Canva guy because I don't have the brain capacity to be an Adobe cat, but half of my team are. So what we built is a career development conversation starter. You get this. And this is something that you can put the link to this on your intranet. You can send it out to all your team, and it's designed to generate a PDF that your manager does about Jimmy and Jimmy does about his role, and then they take it to a conversation and they start to build that safe space. You're a space creator. So this is what we've done. And this is what Learn Awesome is known for. It's doing cool, clever shit like this that's editable and that's owned by you. So here are the rules. Manager or employee, you choose. Then you start typing your details in. And I don't want to tell you how to suck eggs, but that's pretty easy to build. You just Google it. But if you want it to be pretty, come and chat to the SEO boys over here, right? But in terms of anything else, we'll build the pretty learning. So what do you like about your job the most? And these questions are sort of generic because I'm building for everyone. If you want us to customize it, just come and talk to me at the booth after, and we'll put your questions in here that you think are important for creating a safe space. Whoa. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I got trigger happy. I can't rob Learn Awesome of the ability to show their cool stuff. We'll go to question 5. Beautiful. So we've got heaps of 6 questions. But now the employee, Jimmy's doing this in a safe space. He's not got your manager over you like this going, Jimmy, answer the questions right, mate, or there's no PM or MBA for you. Here's a summary of the answers. They can go and start again. They can edit their responses. But the most important thing is they generate a PDF. The PDF is then generated with all the information that they've put in there. And then at the bottom, they're able to download it, print it off, or save it on their computer, and then take it to the conversation. Now, Jimmy's manager, me, I would go and do this about Jimmy, and I've got 6 different questions about Jimmy that I can be asked, and then I have my PDF, Jimmy has his, we come together and we have a meaningful conversation about creating space. What do you need, Jimmy, so that I can help you? Because I don't think you need a PM certification, even though you really want one. So you get this. Cool, huh? 2 conversations. Oh, audience should, can you see that? Oh, sorry, you should be excited. Right, so we've done conversations times 2. Now we're going to go to self-directed learning. This is where I see the biggest thing with transformational development, the bottom of the iceberg. Why self-directed e-learning? So one of the solutions might be, hey, Jimmy's got trauma. Let's get him coaching straight away. Don't have the trust. Jimmy's got trauma. Let's do a workshop in the group and share our trauma and trauma dump on everyone. Jimmy's not going to tell you nothing in a group. A group training is effective later, once you've got trust. But for this, self-directed and reflective is absolutely critical in creating that safe space. Once you create it, then you can jam the workshops down their face. But until then, you need to do this because it's not a group session, it's a private space. That's the beauty of self-directed learning. It's a safe space to reflect without fear. It's not ticking a box. So this isn't compliance training to say, hey, look, CIO, EIO, CFIIO, look what I've done, give me my bonus. It's personal growth on the learner's terms. It's not more content, it's targeted and purposeful. It's not passive, it's owned by the learner. It's owned by Jimmy. Jimmy's driving this. It's not the whole situation. It's not. It's an unlock. It's a chance to put the key in the lock and open the door, the space, for greater change. And it's not replacing coaching because there's coaches. IECL are here and we work with them. They're amazing. They're coming with the pitchfork saying, don't kill coaching. I'm not. I'm just going to make coaching better by giving this first. And it's not something you do for people. It's something they do for themselves because you've created the space for them. So, turn around in a second. Oh, no, actually, turn around now. Karen Williams. There she is. Ignited Neurons. And my videographer, because he's a wonderful man, Utkarsh Narang. And then our newest friends, One Go Learning. Give it up for those guys over here. We can come and see them after, but I'm going to give you a demo of where these 3 organizations and 3 teams are working to actually crush this. And I guess this is the privilege of Learn Awesome, is that we're just the middle person when it comes to this. We are masters of the way. A learning person is a master of the most optimal way to structure and package content to solve a problem or realize a goal. Now, for me, I recognize that I don't know how to solve Jimmy's transformational development issues. I've got no business being there, but I can create a container that's going to make Jimmy feel safe. I need experts like Utkarsh, Karen, and Tanzil to be able to be the vehicles for that. So that's what's so exciting about my job, is that we're not what, why, how, we're way, which is awesome. So first of all, one go. Let's say Jimmy crumbles at meetings. And so the worst thing you could do to Jimmy is say, hey, Jimmy, you and I are going to role play a customer service experience or a meeting situation, and you need to tell me that I'm not performing very well. Go. Jimmy's out. He's not doing it. Not safe. Not a space that I want to play in. So what do? You go to One Go Learning, you create a role play that's got an AI avatar that's trained on your standards, your way, your technical process, and you let Jimmy do the reps at home. You let him flex his meeting muscle and battle this AI that's not going to judge him, not going to criticize him, but it's going to give him feedback and give him the chance, just like going to the gym, flexing those muscles like our boy over here from Benny. Hey, hit those bicep curls. We're all good. And once the reps are done, with a bit of coaching, dump Jimmy into a face-to-face workshop and let him run the gauntlet in real life, and you'll see the difference. Confident, capable, and feeling good as opposed to all the opposites. And so as you can see here, why we're so excited is you get to voice to speak to this avatar. This avatar is trained on your models, your content, your process, your way, and it gives real feedback, and it doesn't allow you to progress past it until you've met a standard. So it means that you can set standards in a safe, self-directed way. Next, where did I put it? Utkarsh, where did I put it? Can you find it for me? This is a non-e-learn. I think I put it over there with the... Oh, because the AV guys needed it. They said I wanted a great resource to be able to do that. I'm going to step off the stage and come in. Thank you, sir. You're so tolerant. You're so patient with me. Work with Learn Awesome, they said. It'll be fun. It will, absolutely. So what Utkarsh and Ignited Neurons have done is they've gone, well, you know, computers, they're a bit difficult. That's a barrier. Why don't I create a journal that allows the user to come through and think and reflect in their own time, in their own space, about all aspects of their life. Question 7, how would it help you if you were to reach the desired state tomorrow? And how would you feel about it? Now, what's great about this, I don't need to show my manager anything that I write down here, but it's giving me the space to have a think about things that I've never been given the opportunity to think about before. This isn't asking me about project management. This isn't asking me about organizational objectives. This is asking me about what's really important to me under the surface that I'm the last person to tell when I close my eyes and go to sleep at night. Super, super powerful. And I'd love you to come and have a chat with Utkarsh at the back today. And these are available. These are available. Imagine what a gift for your team to be able to say, here, I'm a space creator. This is for you. Amazing. And then you're not allowed to have favorites. But Karen and I have only been working together, expert Learn Awesome relationship for maybe like a month, 2. And what I love is that Karen's already doing what I'm about to show you in a live coaching, a live one-to-one, and a live workshop perspective. But then what we recognized, and which was the catalyst for this talk, is that we need a self-directed safe space digitally to be able to train some of these transformational development skills. How on earth do you train someone on how to recognize triggers that make you angry? How on earth could you do that in a workshop? It would take an amazing facilitator, and I know a lot of them, but they would spend half the day building trust. Where, if they had something like this, and this is still in development, this is about 4 weeks out from being done, so you're seeing it first, but I want you to think about it from that creating space, self-directed land. Have a look. 4 areas. It's all about leading self. And you can come and have a chat to Karen later about it. Be, do, have, above the line, trigger, train, and the one I always forget, fact and filter. So these are short, sharp modules that are reflection-driven. Trigger train's my favorite because it's about a train, it's visual, I like stories and pictures and stuff like that. But we'll go into trigger train in a second. What's important about this is it's not so much about the content, it's about opening the door and going, hey, have you ever felt like this? Oh, where's the DJ for that? That would be an amazing time to drop that in round the twist, but no. You can see here, we're still in the process of forming this visual out, but you get the idea. It's helping identify where you are in the trigger train, what's happening, and then reflecting on by answering the questions like the journal, but in a digital format, what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what you're experiencing. And now, as an organization, this can live on your LMS, which means you can run reporting on it. However, I would encourage you to exercise caution about capturing data about your employees' deepest, darkest transformational development stuff. That is not creating a safe space. That's wrapping compliance training up in disguise as you caring, and it's a dick move. Like, you will disengage Jimmy real quick if you do that. So exercise caution on reporting and analytics for this stuff, please. And you get a cool little certificate. Really, really cool. I encourage you to come and have a chat with us at the lunch break after this. And then my favorite, coaching. It's amazing. I went and did the level 1 with IECL because we built their LMS, and I realized I'm not a coach because I solved my coaching clients' problems straight out of the gate. I just want to solve problems, and this is what I do, and this is why I'm happy to not be a coach. But the value of coaching, once you have trust, is it can be completely transformational. And whoever's drinking whatever that is behind there, have one for me, please. There's a human behind there having a beer, I think. Soft drink. It's Nikki. It's Nikki. Jokes. Hey, Nikki. I missed you before. Dude, I was going to get you to like mix in Round the Twist. You know that Round the Twist song? That's okay. Have your lunch, mate. See? Let him break, dude. Let him. I'll mix it. So coaching's all cool. We know what coaching is. You can go and do letters after your name for coaching. That's cool. That's a worthwhile skill, technical, to build. So knowing what you know now, how would it be different for Jimmy? Would it be different for Jimmy? When we met him, we were giving him project management. But now that we know a little bit more, and just a nod of a head, because all I need to make sure that you've got value from this is just one idea. If you nod your head and say, yeah, I might do something different for Jimmy, that gives me confidence that I've given you at least something. Cool. We love you, Jimmy. We love you. So you become the space creator. You ask Jimmy what he needs. You let him reflect on this. You give him some self-directed learning. It's not a trap. There's no data being collected. It's safe. You give him the Ignited Neurons journal. It's safe. This is not a trap. I'm a space creator. You let him have the conversation with you. You have more conversations. You create more space. And then you give them coaching. And trust me, I reckon it'll work. It's my opinion. So here are the models. Conversation, self-directed learning, coaching, technical, personal, transformational, iceberg, thank you ChatGPT. Take a photo if you need, but you can get this by scanning the QR code in a second, so I'll give you that now. Some fun stuff to do on ChatGPT is make an action figure of me. See that on LinkedIn a bit. Have you done it yet? I'll make you one. And then take a photo of yourself, make me a Sesame Street character. There it is. So what now? So what does Learn Awesome do, actually? Learn Awesome helps companies to package and solve the way that their content is put together in the most optimal way possible. But we support Jimmy across all those levels. So if you need technical development training, we do that. If we need personal development training, we do that. If we need transformational development, we do that, and we have experts that are absolutely incredible that do that as well. So what will happen is when you scan that QR code, it'll take you to a form. I just like to know that you had a good time. So the only field that's optional is you giving me a little bit of a snippet as to how you found the talk. Everything else, you just choose what you want. Do you want all of it? Do you want one thing, two things? And then my digital carrier pigeons will send it over to you. No problems. I love tech. It's amazing. But we're here, and there's heaps of time left, so I'd love to take some questions if there are any. But then more importantly, have a chat to our experts about how we can help people like Jimmy with their transformational development. Cool? Thank you. Son, any questions? Any questions from anyone?
Yes, any questions? Probably just a reflection for me.
Hey, Sarah.
To take in. But the crux of it, I guess, is what I do notice in organisations, and we don't take the time to do this, to actually create space for employees to have a real conversation. So not just about filling out an employee review and mapping out some skills development
Yeah.
and what the next career step is and all of that. This really is really groundbreaking if we can connect organisations to this, because it actually unlocks potential.
Right? 100%.
So quite often as a general manager of PNC, we're in the performance space and we are having those conversations with managers around they're saying they're disengaged.
Yeah.
But as HR professionals, as PNC people, L&D, we know the importance of actually connecting with people, like at an authentic level, about what is their experience right now, not what we put up on the wall, not what we kind of sell, but actually what's happening for them in their lives as human beings. I do see this benefit in that it keeps it super simple, because at the end of the day, if someone sat down with me and actually asked me about what I would like to do in my career, I'd be shocked. It didn't happen. I had performance reviews. I was too fearful to say anything out of place because I wanted to progress within the organisation. So those things I kept to myself. And then I've had to do that in my own personal life through, journaling, meditation, yoga, whatever you're into, to really have that self-reflection to understand, am I aligning with my values? Am I aligning with where I want to head? Because you do get to a stage in your career where you do want, you do it for a long time, it's 40, 50, sometimes 60 hours a week. It shouldn't be. It should be a lot less than that. And I'm learning from other generations that's really important to have balance. But this tool is certainly something that I'd like to take back to the business.
Awesome.
So I get asked all the time from managers to have just, some simple questions to actually have a conversation without all the templates. So hopefully you can use that and take the time within your organisations to
100%,
have
man.
that. Does anyone
Yeah,
have any sort of comments?
Sarah's got a
or
question here,
questions?
and we've got another question over here. So
Thank you.
love your work,
Hopefully
Son.
that sparks some thought.
It's good to have someone who's like HR that's just beautiful and like so wonderful to just keep me on the leash. Well done.
Mine's more a comment. That was a great presentation.
Oh, thanks,
really
Sarah.
engaging.
I love your work too.
How do you do
Holy
it?
shit, you're from, dude, I know where you're from.
Yeah.
You're Frankie, you work with Frankie and Costa.
Yeah.
Amazing.
How do you make it so engaging? I find when sometimes I do presentations, people are falling asleep, but everyone seems really engaged.
Yeah.
Do you have any tips?
Oh, tips. I think, thank you. That's so kind and so genuine. And I'd probably regret, have a chat to Kash because he's much better at this stuff than I. I don't care what people think. And I think that's the most important thing. And I'd say we get nervous because we care about what the audience is going to think about us. But you, as an audience member right now, you don't come to this workshop thinking, I want Steve to suck. I want Steve to rock my world. So if you're nervous, I would argue you're selfish because you're just worried about something that's not true about the audience. The audience wants you to rock, so just let it ride. Like, let it rip, as the bear in the movie, the TV series The Bear. Let it rip, buddy. Let it rip. Great question. Yeah?
Those filters. Actually, filters
That's it.
less on.
Less filters. Yeah, just be real. People want real. Hi.
Hi, I thought that was awesome.
Thanks, man.
Completely lit me up, and I'm very bought in. But my question is around what are the top tips for convincing senior stakeholders with decision making that this is the approach? I'm in L&D and constantly being asked, to show the return on investment and the very technical skills.
100%, yeah.
So what are some top tips to convince those people?
So it's one of the things that's on the QR code, right? Is that your senior leaders, they don't know what they don't know. They're apex predators. Like, they don't know what it's like to be in the trenches, having to just do multiple projects and solve all these problems with no budget, no nothing. So that's why I give you the tool. So apart from the Learn Awesome logo, you made it. And so I want you to go to your boss and say, hey boss, I care about how people are doing. I want to be a space creator. We can enable it. Look what I built. Test it out on them. Go run it. Get the PDF. Holy shit, that was easy. Yeah, we can put that on the internet tomorrow and we can test it out on a group of 5 managers with team. What do you think? And so by giving them the actual thing and technology, all those AI talks have made it so easy to spin up prototypes, minimum effective doses, so that you can just get them using it. Because once they use it, like most apex predators, if it's shiny and it's cute and it's new, they'll be like, yeah, we need this straight away. And then you're the hero, not me, because I don't need it. Cool? Good deal? Awesome. Anything else? Anything else? Nothing? Oh, yeah, he's my boy. Josh, you can bring me back in?
That's okay to do, mate. So what do you do if Jimmy doesn't want to do self-development learning? It's a
Nice.
waste of time.
Jimmy, so the question was, what do we do if Jimmy says no? Let it be. Go, all right, Jimmy, here's the space. Your job is not to solve Jimmy's problem. Your job is to just create the space. So, hey, Jimmy, I'm here to talk to you if you want. Here's the resource where you're asking questions. If you choose to not tell me the truth, that's cool. I'm your boss, dude. But what I do is I care about you. I recognize that there's some stuff going on. I went and saw Steve. He did some stuff about things, and he said, maybe it's not project management that's the issue. I don't need to know what it is, but please talk to someone that you trust to help you with whatever. And just walk away and be cool with it. I'm learning to do that because I want to help everyone. And when someone doesn't want my help, I take it really personally. But that's, as my amazing colleague over here tells me all the time, that's a Steve problem. So yeah, great question, Josh. Well done. Awesome. Hello.
Hi. So, bit of a curveball question. So, I'm coming at this from an education perspective.
Nice.
Over an L&D perspective.
Awesome.
If I've got someone that is, if I'm looking at, let's take Jimmy for example.
Jimmy.
And, you know, project managers, that entire skill set, well, arguably in business has now become redundant due to AI or
Ouch.
technology or whatever that is. Would you still
Sorry,
take the same approach? Like, let's say they then come to an education institute and say, I need to go and do this.
Yeah.
Would you take the same approach, or would you change the approach to help them figure out what they want to do next?
Oh, absolutely. So it's just, so you're saying that like Jimmy's decided that I'm going to be obsolete. I need to get letters.
No.
And he goes to the education institution?
No, his business has said.
Business has said.
Or the industry has said your job scope is now obsolete. What do you? And they've gone, okay, well, here's an educational institute we found, but he doesn't know what he wants to do next. Like,
Yeah, cool.
How does it work?
Awesome.
Would you take the same approach?
Yes. So the question is what would happen if Jimmy's obsolete, project management's no good, it's getting replaced by AI, but we still want Jimmy to be an employee with us, but he's no longer relevant, skill-based, yeah? And so now Jimmy's like, I just want to be a project manager, boss. Jimmy, it's not going to work for you. I had a chat with one of my designers, right? So we've got Canva designers like me who don't have design skills. We just make it up and fake it till we make it. And then we've got Photoshop or Adobe designers, and they're like weapons. So I've got someone who's a Canva designer who thinks that they're an Adobe designer. It's a really hard thing to work with creative people, even worse than project managers because they're a different brain set. And so I said to her, and I gave her this analogy, I said, Benj, when I grew up, I wanted to be an NBA basketballer, but I sucked at basketball. So instead of my parents telling me, you can be anything that you want, Steve, go and chase your dream and deal with the rejection that's going to come, they told me to redirect my passion indirectly. So they're like, how could you be around basketball but not on the court? And so then I started looking at sports journalism, I started looking at fitness, I started looking at strength and conditioning, and then learning was the end goal, and they were super disappointed. But that's a story for another traumatic day, right? We haven't got the trust to go in there. But I think with Jimmy, it's creating that space, and as I said to Benj, like, you're not an NBA basketballer, but you can be on the court just in a different capacity, but still be around the game, which is the thing that you want to be. So Jimmy, you've got these skills, and this is your job as HR and education, right? Not my wheelhouse. I'm going to solve the problems with learning, but it's like, hey, we can reskill you. We can second you somewhere else. Then mentoring and coaching comes in to build the technical capability, the technical development, but it still may be, oh no, not again. I'm not good enough. Now, if that's the issue for Jimmy, no redeployment, recertification, retraining is going to help technically. That's where you need to come in to people like Karen and Tanzil and Utkarsh and go, what's the real root cause? Super tricky, but great question. Hope I did okay. Nice. We done?
Great work.
Thanks, folks. Come and have a chat to us. Enjoy your lunch. Enjoy the conference. Dude,
Thanks so much, Steve.
Say hi to
We're back
Frankie
from
for me.
lunch At 1:50.
I nicknamed her Frankie.
And at 1:50,
And we work with
also
Costa's
got,
partner Jackie's
Auto
business,
Work
Service Q.
will be doing,
So she's one of our main clients.
demo
We built all of her
on
service
30.
habits into
So see you back
stuff. What do you do with that? Sarah, yeah, you hope so. I hope you
Amazing,
will.
I'll come and talk
Yeah,
to you.
awesome. So cool.
Amazing.
Oh,
yeah,
I can't
you're
wait.
so good. I wish
Thanks,
I would
dude.
love to have your confidence as a
Isn't
presentation.
it? I know. Amazing.
I'll just take the
You
piss.
did
Thanks,
so
mate.
well.
Thank you. That's awesome.
You
I
did so
appreciate
well.
it. Thank you.
I'll come and see you.
Yeah,
after
come and
my-
see us. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks, mate. Oh, that's cool. What do you do with
I'm in the HR team, HR business.
So you got to
partner.
employ all these amazing retail peeps that are
Yeah.
rocking and rolling.
Yeah, exactly.
You've got so many cool spots. The one in Launceston is the best.
Yeah,
I really
in
love your
Tasmania.
installation down there
I've
in
never
Lonnie.
been down there.
Oh,
I
you should
manage
go.
I'm the HR partner for that area, so
It's
I'll definitely
incredible.
get to go.
It's so good.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
Yeah,
so glad that
amazing.
you know us.
Thank you for your
So
question.
nice to meet you.
And seriously,
Thank
like
you.
it's
Yeah.
reps as well, right? So
Yeah.
what I said about the role play guys,
Yeah.
you do that with public speaking. So you just
Okay.
do all your reps behind closed doors,
Okay.
and it's not rehearsing your speech. It's just like getting comfortable asking questions and doing stuff, right?
That's so good.
But you get there. Like
wanna
I
be
just do
I
this.
want to have your confidence one day.
Talk to Ukash. He'll tell you how to get it because
Yes.
he does it in a way that I can't go. I can't get there. Thanks so much, Sarah. Cheers. Thank you, mate. Appreciate your flexibility with the dongle. I put the dongle over here for you. Here you go. Thank you. Oh, you were so. I always love the supportive crowd, Julie.
Very much. I'm not Jimmy, you see, but I'm Julie.
Julie.
and Julie has a question for you.
En français? You can ask it in français
En
if you wish.
français aussi?
No, not really. But I like the language. It sounds nice. You can talk to me with your French accent.
What do you recommend at first? Do you give access to your programs and tools at individual level and not organizations?
Oh,
Something
yeah.
that
So
you
all
do?
of our tools,
Yeah.
all the tools that we build are not ours.
Yeah.
So everything
alright.
I showed, we don't own that. They're third-party
Okay.
tools. We'll tell you which ones are the best.
Yeah.
We can get you trials with them, so
Yeah.
and they're really generous.
Okay.
That's me. I'm giving you my money. Yeah, we can do all that for you. And just recommend
Yeah.
get you set up because we work with clients who are one-person bands. One-person bands all the way through to the CFO. There's like tens of thousands of people.
Yeah.
So it's not uncommon to be like, it's hard
Yeah,
because
with
like you're a freelancer, it's like, hey, give us a chance because one day when this works, we're going to have lots of licenses. So we're like, yeah, let's make it happen. So even if we lend you ours,